Welcome to Function Focus, Lesson 10 with Miss Barrett. So last class we discussed Lesson 9, which was adding and subtracting polynomials. Today, we're going to discuss multiplying polynomials. And for your practice, you will have a multiplying polynomials worksheet. Okay, so there's two methods we're going to discuss when multiplying polynomials. The first is the box method. So what happens is if we get two binomials like this, we get two binomials. Okay. We have a box, and the box, inside the box, in the column and in the rows, you're going to write in the polynomials. Okay, so we're multiplying 3x minus 11 times 2x plus 6. So in this top, I'm going to put in 3x and minus 11. If you notice that each term, I'm going to put the sign there. So if it's positive, you don't have to write a positive or a plus sign. But if it's negative, you definitely have to write a negative. So each term, the sign goes in the box with the term. Make sure you notice that. This negative 11 has a negative, okay? And each term gets its own box. So the second binomial, I'm going to put 2x and then 6. Again, they're both positive. I don't have to write the positive sign. If you want to, you can. Okay, now I'm going to multiply each column and each row. So this first box is going to be 3x times 2x, which is 6x squared. This second box here is going to be 2x times negative 11, which is negative 22x. This third box here is going to be 6 times 3x, which is 18x. And lastly, 6 times negative 11 is negative 66. So your first step is to fill in your box. In the top, I put my first polynomial. In the top, I put my two binomials, or the top, I put one of my binomials, and on the side, I put my other binomial. Okay. Now, inside goes what happens, what I get when I multiply them. Okay, so this is what I get when I actually do the multiplication. So now what you're going to do is you're going to write out your answer. My answer was 6x squared minus 22x plus 18x minus 66. This is what I get when I multiply my two binomials. So now I'm going to combine like terms. So step 1 was the box. Step 2 is combine like terms. So now my like terms are negative 22x and 18x. So I have 6x squared, and negative 22x plus 18x is going to be negative 4x. Because negative 22 plus 18 is negative 4. You can always put it in your calculator to check. So now I have 6x squared minus 4x minus 66. I do not have any more like terms. And my answer is also written in standard form. So this is my answer. What's the degree of this polynomial? It's 2. It's the largest exponent. Okay. So step 1, fill in the box. Step 2, combine your like terms. write your answer in standard form. And you don't always have to say your degree. I'm just doing that because I want to make sure you understand what your degree is. Now, if I ask what the degree is, then you do have to say what the degree is, okay? So let's say step 3 here is standard form. Okay. All right, let's try one more together, and then you'll do the second one on your own. I have two polynomials, 5x plus 3 and x plus 7. So I'm going to put them in the top and side. So 5x and 3 and x plus 7. Okay. And what's going to go in the middle boxes is what we get when we multiply them. So in this first box, we're going to have x times 5x. If you see the two boxes, if I draw my fingers together, that's where the boxes go. So 5x times x is going to be 5x squared. And then x times 3 is going to be 3x. And then 7 times 5x. Let's do this box first. 7 times 5x is going to be 35x. And then 7 times 3 is going to be 21. Now, that was our first step. Now we're going to write it out and combine like terms. So I have 5x squared plus 3x plus 35x plus 21. Okay. And I'm going to combine my like terms. So this is step 1. Step 2. Combining my like terms is going to give me 5x squared, and then 3x plus 35x is going to be 38x plus 21. Step 3 is already in standard form. This is my answer. My degree is 2. I really like the box method because it helps you organize when you're multiplying your polynomials. Okay. I'm going to give you another method, which is going to be the FOIL method, but you can always do whichever one you prefer. Now, I will not always have boxes available for you. So with the box method, the only thing is you will have to draw out your boxes. Unless I ask you to do box method specifically, in which case I will have the boxes for you. Now I want you to pause the video, and I want you to do your turn letter B on your own, and then unpause the video and see if you got the correct answer. Okay, x minus 10 times 3x plus 4. I'm going to put my two binomials in the top and on the side. Now, if I put 3x plus 4 up here and I put x minus 10 up down here, that would be the same. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, what's going to go in the inside boxes is what I get when I multiply them. So here I have 3x times x is going to be 3x squared. 3x times negative 10 is going to be negative 30x. 4 times x is going to be 4x. And then 4 times negative 10 is going to be negative 40. That was my step 1. Step 2 says write out what you have, 3x squared minus 30x minus plus 4x, minus 40. And combine your like terms. My two like terms are negative 30x and 4x. So now I have 3x squared. Negative 30x plus 4x is going to be negative 26x minus 40. So now I'm checking for any other like terms. I don't have any. Okay. My answer is already in standard form. That's my answer. The degree here is 2 as well. So that's the box method. Now, the FOIL method is a little bit different. Okay. The FOIL method is a little bit different. Now, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. Okay. So FOIL is first, outer, inner, last. And the reason why I did it in color here is because I think that's going to help you when you're trying to solve these kind of problems. So when you say first, when I say first, I mean the first two terms in both sets of parentheses. So 5x is the first term in the first set of parentheses, and 10x is the first term in the second set of parentheses. So it's going to be 5 times 10x. Okay. And 5 times 10x is 50x squared. Now, outer is going to be the two outer terms. So it's going to be 5x times negative 2. They're on the outside of the multiplication, okay? Another way you can think about this is 5x has to be multiplied by both of these terms. So it has to have 2 arrows from the 5x. So from the 5x to the 10x, and then from the 5x to the negative 2. 5x must multiply by both of these, okay? That's why you see 2 arrows from the 5x. So the first arrow is 5x times 10x, which is 50x. Then the outer, which is 5x times negative 2, which is negative 10x. Inner is going to be the 2 inside numbers, 6 times 10x, which is going to be 60x. And then last, which is going to be the last 2 numbers. So the 6 and the negative 2, which is negative 12. So as you can see here, the 5x had to be multiplied by both the terms in the second set of parentheses. So it's 2 arrows from the 5x. And then the 6 also had to be multiplied by the 10x and the negative 2. So it's 2 arrows from the 6. Okay? So we have 50x squared minus 10x plus 60x minus 12. Now I'm going to combine like terms. And my like terms are negative 10x and 60x. Okay? And negative 10x plus 60x is going to be positive 50x. Okay, so I combine my like terms and I got 50x squared plus 50x minus 12. Now I have to write it in standard form. It's already in standard form. I'm just going to rewrite it here just so you guys can see if it wasn't in standard form where you would write it. Okay, so this is my answer. Okay, do your FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. Combine like terms, and then write it in standard form. The degree to this problem is going to be 2. Now, what if I don't give you this nice, lovely graphic organizer? What if I just give you a problem, such as negative 4x plus 7 times 3x minus 8, and I say, solve it using the FOIL method? Well, you would basically do the same thing we just did. First would be negative 4x times 3x, which is negative 12x squared. Then we would have outer, which would be negative 4x times negative 8, which is positive 32x. Then we would have inner. So we did first outer, now it's inner, which is going to be 7 times 3x, which is positive 21x. And then you have your last term. 7 times negative 8, which is going to be negative, what's 7 times negative? 56, I believe. Yes, negative 56. All right, now we combine like terms. So FOIL was the first step. The second step was to combine like terms. My like terms are 32x and 21x. So I'm going to write 12x squared, and then 32x plus 21x is going to be 53x minus 56. Now, it's already written in standard form. Okay, it's already written in standard form, so this would be my answer. And the degree of this polynomial, again, is 2. So the difference between the box and FOIL method clearly is that the box method, you have a box, and the FOIL method, you use the FOIL method, and then you combine like terms. So the first step of these two methods is the only thing that's different. After you complete the first step, then you combine your like terms and write your answer in standard form as usual. Okay. Now, I want you to try to practice this on your own. The first two of the your turn, use the graphic organizer. The second two do not. But it's still the same steps. So I want you to pause this video and try to do these 4 on your own. Take your time and look at your notes, and then unpause it so we can do it together. Okay, so for this letter A, I have 2x plus 8 times x plus 9. I'm going to do my first, which is 2x times x, which is 2x squared. The outer, 2x times 9, which is positive 18x. Inner, 8 times x, which is 8x. And then last, which is 8 times 9, which is 72. Okay, FOIL first, outer, inner, last. Remembering that really what it looks like is that the first term in the first set of parentheses must have 2 arrows pointing towards the 2 on the second set of parentheses, and then the second term must have 2 arrows in the second set of parentheses as well. After you do your FOIL, you combine your like terms. 18x plus 8x gives us 2x squared plus 26x plus 72. It's already written in standard form, so this would be my answer. Okay. Again, FOIL first, negative 3x times negative 4x. This gives me positive 12x squared. Outer, negative 3x times 7x, which gives me negative 21x. Times 7 gives me negative 21x. Inner, negative 9 times negative 4x, which gives me positive 36x. And last is negative 9 times positive 7, which gives me negative 63. Combine your like terms. Negative 21x plus 36x gives me 12x squared plus 15x minus 63. Okay, already in standard form, this is my answer right here. Okay, now without the graphic organizer, we have my first 4x times 6x is 24x squared. We have my outer, which is 4x times negative 2, which is negative 8x. We have inner, positive 1 times 6x is positive 6x. And then we have last, 1 times negative 2, which is negative 2. So that leaves us with 24x squared minus 8x plus 6x minus 2. Combine your like terms. That's your second step. That gives me 24x squared minus 2x, because negative 8x plus 6x is negative 2, minus 2. It's written in standard form, so that's my answer. Next up, first, 5x times 10x is 50x squared. Outer, 5x times 1 is positive 5x. Inner, negative 7 times 10x is negative 70x. And last is negative 7 times 1, which is negative 7. When you're doing this, if you notice, you should have a picture. It looks like, I don't know, 2 arrows at the top, 2 arrows at the bottom. Now we combine our like terms. 50x squared, 5x minus 70x is negative 65x, and then minus 7. Written in standard form, that's my answer. Okay. Now, for your practice, you're going to multiply polynomials using both methods. Now, the first two, number 1 and number 2, ask you to multiply polynomials such as 4x times 3x minus 11. So really all you have to do is distribute that 4x to the second set of parentheses. And for number 2, 9 times negative 2x plus 3, you have to distribute that 9. Okay. And then I want you to tell me the degree of those two, the answers, the polynomial answers. Okay. 3 and 4 ask you to use the box method. Use your notes. And also give the degree. And then 5 and 6 ask you to use the FOIL method. Okay? Use your notes. If you need to color code, I would suggest you do that if you think it will help you. Due to spring break, this will not be due until Wednesday, April 15th, I believe. Okay? Mind you, if you're confused about any of the practice work or any of the notes that we do, moving forward, when we have class time, that will be a good time face-to-face where you can get more practice problems with me and also ask any questions and get your answers in real time. Okay? Hope everyone has a happy and eventful, go outside, run, do something that makes you happy during the spring break. And I'll see you on Wednesday, April 15th. Bye.